Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? This is Rodney Grimes, PTP. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Hope all is well. I have a special guest be joining me shortly, and Dr. Paterson. So, I just want everybody to know that this is another day trying to stay positive, hoping for some positive things to move forward. Trying to stay focused on the things that's going to change our way of living, how we're doing things, so that we'll be able to be a little more prosperous with ourselves, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Okay, so I'm going to see, and I'm looking to see if he's on here yet, and I don't see his name. So just bear with me. Hopefully he'll be jumping on in a second. And I just want everybody to know that it is people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I tell you, it's all about you, me, and them. That's the people, the power, the knowledge we get, the information, how we take care of ourselves. We utilize the things that we're exposed to make a difference in our life. Our power against the other power. You got the negative power, the positive power. All of that plays a factor, and then comes the positive thinking people. So that's so very, very important. I am going to again check and see if he's anywhere. Trying to see if he's going to log in, because we're bringing him in so that we'll be able to share. We'll be able to share him with you, and you'll be able to visually see the gentleman, Mr. Dr. Paterson. Okay, I'm gonna let him pronounce his name so I don't pronounce it incorrectly. So I'm hoping everybody is staying safe and focusing on really the spiritual growth within yourselves. Don't look at others to try to make you feel better. You have to do it with yourself first. You know, it starts at home. It starts in your arena. And so those are the areas where you start to see the changes. Let me double check again here. I still don't see him. And so I am just saying that at this time, everything that we do is very, very important. It's very important how you are feeding yourself, how you are just taking care of yourself all the way around, because it's not just about the food. It's about how you're thinking. Your thinking has to change. You have to be aware of what's going on. We're in it. This is a serious level of life. I wanted to use some other words, but I want to be careful because, you know, in this day and time, when you really speak, okay, I'm trying. That was the doctor. He's trying to come in. So, yeah. See, he has to go on Facebook. Yeah. All he got to do is just go on Facebook. Yeah. Because I was down in it. Yeah. He called my phone. You still there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all excuse me, you know, technology, us older folks, we have a little problem with some of these things. We still learning, so y'all got to bear with us. Okay, so I'm checking to see what he needs to do is he has to go on Facebook and just he goes and he see where I'm on live, and then I invite him in. So he's not on there. So I don't know. But let me. What I'm doing here basically is I'm trying to buy my time here, because this is some real powerful information that we're going to get. I hope everyone had a very nice Memorial Day. Hope y'all were still maintaining, keeping your distances and paying attention to what's going on around you. Don't be the guinea pig. Don't step out there, be running with your head cut off, not knowing what you're doing and where you're going, because it's not the same. It's a big change in everything that's going on right now. I'm still checking. I don't see where he's tuned in. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go ahead and keep moving forward, and hopefully guest requests. I don't see that. So I am helping him. Okay. I have my co-host, Miss Rachel Pope. She's helping him to get prepared to come on. Y'all just bear with me. Remember, it's people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. It's all about what we do around us, the energy. And we got to get to a point where we change the way we're thinking. We got to change the way we're functioning. And that's what I've been trying to do, working on my spiritual growth and my health as well. I've been concentrating on what I'm eating and what time I'm eating, getting some proper rest, and trying to just nourish myself all together so that I can be prepared for what's coming on or coming down the line. It's a lot that's really going on, and we really need to be aware of it. So they telling me to hold on. I'm seeing. I know she's trying to help him to get on, and y'all gonna enjoy this man here. I was chatting with him earlier, and it was just some of the information. Okay, there we go. All right, I got him here. I saw him, and here we go right here. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get him so that I'm tapping him, and it's not letting me add him. So.
Did you add him as a friend?
Yeah, I did.
Did he add you?
I'm saying it's not.
Did he accept you as a friend?
Did he accept me as a friend? I accepted him. He requested me, and
He should be there.
so hold on, wait a minute. It's another way that I gotta try to do this. Search. We get ready to make this thing happen. Yeah, bear with me. Okay, this. I think I'm getting it. Just bear with me. This is not working. Okay, let's see. I'm still trying to get him in here. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, here. But I see his name, and when I hit it, see, this is how what I'm talking about. Some of the things that really says request. Okay. And nope.
That was a lie.
I know.
It was a lie.
Yeah. See with the way that is, but you know this is okay. Hold on. OYA.
Hey, don't worry, you're gonna have to just let him call.
Yeah. It's not working.
Okay, just have him call in.
Okay, we're gonna have to have the doctor just to call in because for some reason it's not even letting me add him, and I'm seeing his name right here, and now everybody else is look, and everybody else that check this out is saying add, but not him. Isn't that funny? I tell you.
Maybe we have some restrictions on this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I can get him. I'll tell him that you call him.
Okay. All right, Dr. Paterson, we're gonna have to call you in because,
Tell him to call.
okay. Hello, how you doing? How you doing, Doc? Okay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Hello, I'm looking at you on the camera. I can see you.
Okay, just hold on, cause actually,
I can see you on I'm on my phone because I couldn't get it on my laptop.
right.
But I got you. I'm listening to you and looking right at you.
Okay.
And this phone right here is not the best one to call me on.
Okay. Then
The other number I gave you,
yes.
that's the best number to call me on.
Okay, we're going to make that happen. Just hold on a second.
Can you give me the number, please? Okay.
All right, just hang in there, y'all. Hang in there.
I'm sorry, say the last 4 digits again.
Okay.
Okay. 202-412.
It's what we call it is real talk with Rodney Grimes. People to people, power to power, power to people. I tell you, I'm not going to blame. I just know that
Oh, okay.
we had things prepared earlier,
Okay.
and certain things that you
I'm
can't
ready.
say
I'm about
and
to
you
dial
can
right
say,
now.
and it all depends on who you are and how things will go. And so, now I had the guests on last week. We didn't have no problem, so I don't want to get cut off. I'm on Facebook, and if you understand the politics of this, you'll understand where we're at, especially when I have guests coming on like I do today. You may not understand that this is real talk. When I say real talk, it's all about control. We got certain individuals that all they doing is inviting people and doing things, and then they get kicked off Facebook. And and I don't. At this point, I just try to do my best to stay on a note where we're able to move forward. We're working on other ways to do this production. So, Dr. Paterson.
Yes,
How you doing, sir? Welcome, welcome. How you doing today?
I am absolutely blessed, and I thank you so much for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share. Thank you.
Yes. First of all, when we doing production and this is some of what I be trying to get some of the guests to understand. The more we support each other and we get into the areas of trying to get information out, we're able to control things a little better. When we got to deal with other people to help us to get our information out, things happen. So,
Absolutely.
with the guests, I definitely wanted them to see you, but like I say, I'm a true believer in God, and I don't let the negativity stop me. So we're gonna stay positive and keep moving forward.
Absolutely. That's the only way to go, bro.
So if you would, could you just tell the guests a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for that opportunity. I just assume that a lot of your listeners are from the local D.C. metropolitan area as well as listeners around the country. And so let me first of all again thank them for tuning in and giving me an opportunity to share with them. I am on the laptop trying to see if I can get the visual as I run my mouth. So trying to do two things. But I am a native Washingtonian, 69 years old, coming up on my next birthday in April. I am a acupuncturist, holistic practitioner. I say I'm a holistic practitioner. And under that, I'm a drug counselor, an HIV counselor, drug educator, HIV educator, youth worker and counselor, mentor, acupuncturist, acupuncture detox specialist, massage worker, reflexology, Reiki, nutrition, diet, community organizer, and just on and on, educator. So I've been blessed to be in a position to gather lots of information that just that just crisscross one another, and you can call out all those things. That's why I say holistic practitioner. I've been doing it since about 1978 when I was introduced to acupuncture by Dr. Matul Shakur, who is presently serving time in jail due to come out in 2016, but still in, who is the father of acupuncture in the black community, the father of Tupac Shakur. who I met in 1972 at the founding convention of what we now know as the Black Caucus, and we were presenting holistic approaches to dealing with the problems of substance abuse in the black community in 1972, and he exposed me further to acupuncture that I had been exposed to here in D.C. in 1970 when the drug program I was working for used it to treat somebody with methadone to get people off of that drug. I began to study acupuncture in 1978. Prior to that, at age 18, I became a vegetarian based on the prior lifestyle of being in the street as an alcoholic at age 12 and 13, and drug addiction and crime and violence and school dropout at age 13, and decided at age 18 I was going to change, and read the autobiography of Malcolm X, and I read How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. May peace and blessing be upon both of those brothers. I also read a book called Back to Eden by a white guy named Jethro Kloss, which was the Bible at that time in 1970, 71, 72, and you didn't hear about black people being vegetarian. So I was very, very strange to people in my southeast and northeast and what they call ghetto or poor community. They thought I was strange and I was trying to be white. At the same time, all of them are gone now. You know, they've survived very, very little of the mess that we've been in for 500 years. Fast forward, began to work in the community doing acupuncture at Green Cross Acupuncture Clinic in Northeast Washington. I was providing free acupuncture services in the early and mid-'80s all the way up to about 1990. Free acupuncture for substance abuse, and I ran that clinic for them for a while, and then in 92 decided to open up an acupuncture clinic in Washington, D.C., and that was in 1992. Having worked with and being exposed to people like Dr. Sabi, who I met in 1978 when my son had cancer, who's still alive today, and Dr. Sabi was here 3 or 4 years ago. We had him here before they murdered him and killed him. So I was able to work with him in New York and a couple other places through the years. Dick Gregory, who I worked with in 1975, and he was a patient of mine. I had the honor and the privilege to work with him on his own personal health, and very, very close to his daughter, and was able to learn a lot from him throughout the years. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, who has been a mentor to so many of us, and has been a guiding light for a lot of us, assisted me in getting some clarity about opening up my first clinic, and she was probably the driving force behind that. Dr. Laila Africa, these people, if you don't know them, these are people who have been at the forefront, and the ones that I'm calling out, Sadie and Dick Gregory and Dr. Welsing and Dr. Laila Africa, my best friend, who just recently passed on. Him and Melanie, his wife, are my best friends, and we worked together. He worked out of my clinic in the 90s. We just passed, and these are all our ancestors who are on the other side raising hell and wanting us to do. So I was able to have the experience of working with all of these people and being exposed to so many different things. And the father of holistic medicine here in D.C., Dr. Gerald Douglas, and the grandfather of holistic medicine here in D.C., Dr. Warren Harrison. And these are names that you should remember, because these are people who set the standard and the stage for what we see as holistic health in the black community. They was doing this back in the late 60s, and in 1970, 71, 72, when I became a vegetarian, I went to a health food store in downtown D.C., and I did not know it was owned by a black man who owns a store called Secrets of Nature here in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. We have to support our black businesses. Brother Coy Dunstan, who was, the founding father of these health food movements here in D.C. and is still functioning today. So I had the opportunity and the privilege to work with drug treatment programs and anti-violence programs, and ran, maybe 20 or 30 summer youth programs through the years. Thanks to our mayor for life, Mayor Berry, who was also a patient of mine. I used to go in his chambers and treat him for years, and his son also. So again, I've been blessed to be able to touch a lot of people. I've been blessed to have been exposed to a lot of different things and a lot of different opportunities to better myself.
Right.
And as a result, I was able to get a lot of training to be able to help our community. I'm going to say this before I go further. I'm going to give out a couple of things real quick before I forget. I'm going to give out my website and that information so that people can check it. That website, we'll call it out again, but I just want to give it out now so that people can check some of these things out. The website is www.c as in cat, E as in egg, H as in Harry, A as in apple, W as in world, CEHAW.com. That's www.cehaw.com. The contact information phone number is 202 517 4262. That's 202 517 4262. The organization that we founded, the African Holistic Health Association, holistic spelled with a W, is how we spell holistic, WHOLISTIC. African Holistic Health Association, please Google us up on the Facebook page. The other one is the ADS Collective, which stands for the Acupuncture Detox Specialist Collective. These are all my students around the country, around the world, who I've been training and have been mentoring as a result of Dr. Batul Shakur. So these are actually really his students as I continue to promote and teach what he taught me so that we can get as many acupuncture detox specialists and healers into the grassroots community, the poor community, the disadvantaged community, the least of us, so we can continue to work on these scourges of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, compulsive behaviors, and things of that nature. So this particular protocol works that kind of wonder. So fast forward today, we are working from those websites. We are working from those Facebook pages, continuing to provide information, resources, as well as products and supplements that can help with the problems that we have here in Washington, D.C. As we know, the coronavirus is kicking. That's a spiritual kind of blanket that's rolling through our community, and it's showing us that we were not prepared, have not been prepared for many, many, many years, and our immune systems are faltering to a soft, very, very weak virus that can be killed with soap and water.
Exactly.
And our people are dying as a result of that. So with that being said, I'll get back to our moderator.
Okay. So first, just a second, I want the guests who are listening and those who just tuned in, first of all, to know that the topic today is rebuilding your body, mind, and your soul, your spiritual soul. And we have Dr. Paterson. I'm letting him pronounce his name properly as we go on. I want to welcome Rachel, Sandy Carpenter, Kim Carter, Kenneth Moore, Patricia Bradley, Dejan, and Angela Gomez. Welcome everyone that's tuning in. You don't mind if I say Doc, do you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all, bro. I don't like the word doctor.
Okay, but one of the things that what you said, and we're looking at this epidemic where we are dealing with right now, and it's lack of the way that we have been eating and treating our bodies and how we've been living, and our immune systems have been tortured over the years. And I'm a victim of it as well. Just over the last few years, I've gone to the doctor several times. They tried to put me on different medications, but I refuse to do it. Now, I'm not telling nobody not to take no medication. I'm not telling them that. What you do is what you do.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is which worked for me. So one of the things, I'm listening to some of the things that you have done and some of the things you study, and I'm ex-Marine. I've traveled halfway around the world. I had opportunity to be in Okinawa, Japan, and talk to some people about acupuncture and how they handle that overseas, which is very, very popular. And also the eating habits and some of the things that they were doing, and I was noticing that they had a lot of old people over there as well. So I say that the information that you have and the things that you have been studying and sharing with other people is probably a lot of what other cultures have been dealing with over the years.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. One of the things that we really have to understand is the approach and the perspective that we must have. Let me ask everybody out there, if you have a pad and pencil, if you don't, get a little piece of paper and get a pencil right quick, and I want you to draw a circle on that paper. And in drawing that circle, we're going to look at the perspective to address what he's talking about and how to address, all these other things, because there's so many different theories about the virus, where it came from, and none of those things really make a difference to me, even though I have my own view of that based on the data that I've gotten from my colleagues like Dr. Ali Muhammad and Dr. Buttar and many others who have the detailed insights as to what's going on, and not listening to Mr. Pachi, whatever his name is, on TV, and the lady that wears that scarf around her neck. We listen to all these people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. So on that circle, family, what I want you to do is at the top of the circle, we want you to put the word spirit. Again, talking about what this program is about tonight. He said we want to deal with, the body, mind, and spirit concept of holistic health and healing, and the immune system, so that we're able to survive. People are under the perception that our melanin allows us to be safe from everything. Well, that is definitely not the case, as we can clearly see when we look at the Tuskegee experiment, when we look at HIV and AIDS, when we look at ADD and autism and all these other things that we are slowly but surely becoming more and more victim to, young black boys. So spirit at the top. On the right-hand side, you want to put mind, M-I-N-D. On the left-hand side of that circle, you want to put body. Underneath the circle, you want to put community/environment. So you can go COMM/ENVIR if you don't want to write the whole word out. But it's important to understand that one at the bottom, community environment, because if we just say environment, you're going to be thinking about air, water, this and that. No. We're going to talk about community. We talk about society. We talk about the bricks, the buildings, and everything else that make up the environment. We also talk about the people and all the interactions that exist within our community. So to address any health condition that we have to look first of all at the spirit. So when we talk about the holistic approach, we want to correct that, because when you say it, people usually start off with body. They say yes, body, mind, spirit, and that's the approach that most people will say, because again, being led by the powers that be. So African people, black people who taught everybody this holistic approach know and clearly understand that spirit is the first thing you address. So when you have high blood pressure, and you can put your name in the middle of that circle. Everybody put your name in the middle of that circle. So if we're looking at Brother Robert, and Robert has his name in the middle of that circle, we put under there high blood pressure. Then we look up at the top and we say, well, what is Robert doing spiritually with, his health? What is he doing spiritually, to make sure that his well-being is such? Meaning meditation, prayer,
right,
understanding and affirming his relationship with the higher power, and drawing on that on a daily basis in a very, very conscious effort,
yes,
through the meditation, through the daily acknowledgement, the daily affirmations that we should be doing every day till the day we die, as well as understanding and respecting everything around us that's given to us via the spirit. Then we'll be able to move a certain way and always affirming the positive. So that spirituality has to be there. So a person with high blood pressure and then not spiritually balanced, they're going to be stressed, they're going to be anxious, they're going to be depressed, they're going to be overthinking, there's going to be a lot of confusion, all kinds of things are going to go on, which is going to affect what? Their high blood pressure.
exactly.
The next thing we talk about is the mind. So a lot of times people are overthinking, they're worried, about their health. There's three things that a lot of times exist that people usually know nothing about their health and about their health issues, about their body, etc. Or people know a little bit about their health. Or people have misinformation about their health. Like people think milk is good for you. People think that eggs are good for you. So this is is misinformation. People think that the white meat is better than the red meat. This is misinformation. 1 ounce of red meat is 76 grams of fat. 1 ounce of white meat, that's chicken, fish, and turkey. Yes, fish too, black people. We know we got a relationship with it. But that's 72 grams of fat. So, you want to get hit by a car or get run over by a motorcycle, whatever the case, you're going to get hit, and it's going to happen. Eggs got fat in it. So we have to have the right information. We have to have the principled information. And when I say principled information, ain't got nothing to do with what you think or what I think. It's got to do with the principled information that's out there, that's been out there for a while, that's been rearranged. For example, we are so immersed in it that we're so unconscious that we call vegetables meat, M-E-A-T. We call fruit, vegetables, and plant food meat. Let me get it clear. In Genesis, it says, we can go to the Quran, we can go to the Torah, we can go to Budwad with the Buddhists. I can't never pronounce that one, but we can go to any of those books, and we clearly see, as the Creator stated in Genesis, I give you the vine, the tree, and that bears the leaf and the seed and the fruit and so forth, that shall be your meat. In the Bible, this is not Dr. Kai talking. This is not Robert talking. This is not Rachel talking. This is God saying, hey, y'all, I'm giving y'all this for sustenance. Meat. What do you mean meat? Well, let's get down to the meat of this discussion. Well, let's get to the most important part. Let's get to the most principal part of this. Let's get to the proof. Let's get to the acknowledgement of what actually is, and let's roll with that. You can't change that. So this is God telling people, I gave you flat teeth. I didn't give you teeth like lion where they can rip and tear flesh.
Right.
I gave you flat teeth so you can grind food. You can't grind meat. It has to be ripped and torn. You put a piece of chicken in your mouth and chew it, and it's just like it is when you swallow it down in your throat. So again, that education and information is very, very important, because if we have the right information, guess what? Over on the left side, when we have body, we can make the right decisions about our body, because our spirit is calm, we're not stressed out, we're not anxious, we're not worried, we're not scared, we believe in a higher power, we're connected to the higher power, so we get the right information, we're not scared to get the right information, and not scared to get away from what we call conventional medicine, what they call traditional medicine. No, medical doctors have only been around 150 years. My mom was a retired nurse, so was my grandmother. I grew up in that household, and my mother used natural things when we got ill.
Yes.
So education is important to make the right decisions about the body, and then in that same approach of dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, whatever the case may be, communally, environmentally, what is your household like? Is there a lot of negativity in your household? A lot of negative energy? Now we're talking about the social part of that. Now let's look at the environment. What's the air like in your house? Is there circulation? Do you keep it cold in there with the air conditioner going on? Do you have incense and clean your house on a regular basis with, some spiritual work? There's a lot of negative people coming in and out of your house. You're watching murder movies all day long and putting all that stuff in your environment. You got, what is going on with your environment? Do you set your environment up so it's conducive for you, and it's conducive for anybody who comes in, and they can benefit from being in your environment, where you set it up for yourself first? So that holistic approach to dealing with this virus is one, because that holistic approach is what we use. So for 500 years, we have been slowly deteriorating because we have not been looking down at the bottom of that circle, our environment. We were taken out of our environment, sun all day long, mangoes and whatever we want to eat. We hanging out with the lions and the tigers and the bears, and they come over and grab us and bring us over here and make us work, and then feed us. And this was the combination meal. Some grains or some oat stuff, some molasses, and fatback. They would mix that up, throw it in a trough, like they feed horses, and then lift up the stall doors, and we'd run out like animals and start digging up and grabbing the food all up into into our mouth. This is how they fed us. There's a movie called Goodbye Uncle Tom. Goodbye Uncle Tom. Google it up. This movie depicts some of those things, even though it was made by some white folks in French. So there's a lot of misnomers in there. Nobody's happy when they get raped. So they made it seem like the black people were being happy when these things were happening to the men, to the women, like we enjoyed it. But you get a big picture of what it was really all about and how we were walking around with no clothes on all day long.
Right.
How
Doc.
men could just, yeah.
Okay, because I'm with you 100%, and I don't lose your thought where you at, because I want some people to catch up. Now I heard everything you said, and when you were speaking in reference to the environment, and we talking about the foods, you're talking about the shape of our teeth, we talking about how we thinking. As you started off spiritually, where I want people to understand something. What you're telling us right now is the gospel truth. And I use the gospel truth meaning, this here, when you pay attention to this information, it will change so much about you, because I started practicing a lot of what you're saying, where I'm spiritually working with myself to help my spiritual aspect of my surroundings, which then changed the way I was thinking, and then also affected my body, where it started to calm down and things weren't happening as frequently as it was, and also my environment. So I just wanted people to know that what you're saying is true, because I'm practicing it as we speaking today, that I'm seeing the change in how I'm thinking and how I'm living. They said that they called me a diabetic. Now I'm going to tell you something. All the garbage that I've been putting in my body, I'm surprised that, I'm not walking around with Looney Tunes and acting crazy. And when I wasn't relaxing and working on my spiritual growth, my blood pressure was going all over the place. So I just wanted the guests to know that I didn't ask you to come on here because I'm not practicing this. I am. And I highly suggest that everyone that's on here listen. And it's not a black and white thing for real. This is about a human thing. This is a human thing. This applies to everybody. When we are trying to grow, we have to understand the information that you are sharing is what God intended for us to be able to survive and move forward. I just wanted to throw that in there, and hopefully somebody who may be sitting saying, oh, okay, well, here they go, preaching and talking this and that. But to understand that I practice what I preach or what I teach, and I'm listening to you, I'm just so happy that I'm on the right track. So I hope I didn't make you lose your thought, but I just wanted to...
No, man. That was more important than what I was saying, because again, as I started off, I talked about people having an open mind. I gave reference and gave my qualifications. I didn't talk about my master's degree or going to Southeastern University or having 1,000 certificates and being in the Who's Who International Book and all these accolades. I ain't going to that. What I said was I was a school dropout. I was a drug addict. I was an alcoholic. I was a criminal. Couldn't walk down the street, so I was one of the worst people. So here I am now talking, and I think based on what I went through and based on the information that I received and the people who gave it to me, I think that I have a little bit of information that I can share with the community. My head was shut down. Somebody had to open me up and say, "Guys,
yes,
take a look at what happened to us historically so you can see where we are today." So
yes.
It's the same thing with the virus. The virus has historical connotations. COVID-19, 5G. They asked me, I was on Carl Nelson show for about 3 months every Wednesday for a while. And, they were talking about holistic health and healing. And just recently they asked me about 5G. I said, 5G? I said, well, what about 4G, 3G, 2G, and 1G? People don't even know about those Gs, and they up here raising hell about 5G. Which is, of course, the most dangerous level of radiation that's been released in our community. It's almost war level in terms of, war machine level in terms of what they released into our community. So it's very important for everybody on the line to not think about me, but think about the information that I'm sharing. And as I always tell my students and everybody else, don't believe me, Google it. If I'm saying something that you think is not correct about history, if I'm saying something that you think is not correct about the powers that be who are doing these things, Google it up for yourself, which is what I did. Outside of that, when it comes point in time that Rodney wants to entertain questions, we'll be able to do that. And hopefully, I'll be able to respond to those questions. But jumping right back on it, it's important to recognize, let's go right to this virus thing, that first of all, we got to understand what a virus is. And before we do that, it's important for people to understand that I do my best at talking about medical health situations in a very, very basic and fundamental way, and even do my best not to use medical terminology as I've done so far. So when we talk about high blood pressure, we're talking about, hypertension. We're talking about the pressure in the blood building up within those arteries. Well, why is that? There's either constriction, there's either a blockage, or either there's a weakness with the kidneys and the heart in terms of them being able to pump. So all of these things are applicable to this condition of high blood pressure. So what do we need to do? We need to thin out the blood. We need to open up and dilate the arteries. We need to strengthen the kidneys and the heart in terms of their function. How do we do that? We surely can't do it with beef. We surely can't do it with chicken. We surely can't do it with potatoes and white rice and bread and, cinnamon toast crunch and, milk and eggs and turkey bacon and Eggos and let go of my waffle and what's the other one? Oodles and noodles. And, we have to make a choice right now in terms of what it is. The reason why so many black folk are dying as a result of this so-called virus that's running around is because the virus being as weak as it is, you can wash your hands with soap and water. They didn't even say hot soap and water. They didn't even say antibacterial soap. That lets you know it's a very, very weak virus. So why is it able to get into black folk? Because black folks' immune systems are weaker than the virus. Well, what do you mean, Doc? Well, no vitamins, no water. They're not eating vegetables. They're doing processed foods and frozen foods and dairy and all the things that clog them up. They're eating fried foods. They're eating processed foods, foods with preservatives and so forth in them that's canned and boxed and so forth. The only time you can put preservatives in something is if it's dead. That's the only time you can use preservatives. If it's dead, we got to preserve this, because it's dead and it'll get rotten. So if the food is dead in the box and the can, or you overcook or cook the vegetables and so forth, everything is in the water. They call it pot liquor. So you're actually deadening the source of your energy. The body is electrical. It fires off, as everybody knows. And it works off of each other. You got one part wrong, one part not being dealt with properly is going to affect the other. You're driving your car, one of the wheels off, you can't roll. You got all four wheels in, you ain't got no oil in the car, it's going to break down. You got the car, everything's running, you got the headlights out, you surely can't drive at night. So everything is very, very important in terms of, how it applies to a total condition. So with this virus, you hear them talk on TV and they say, this virus, you see the little depiction, the little picture of it, it's got these little spikes that are coming out.
Yes.
And they say this virus, when it goes into the throat or the nose or the eyes, it sticks, it sticks to stuff. So I said, I'm waiting for them to say, well, what is it sticking to? Because if it's sticking to something, that something that it's sticking to shouldn't be there. So we say, what is it sticking to? Viruses love mucus. Dr. Sadie talked about mucus. Viruses love mucus. Mucus is sticky. So we got mucus in our throat, mucus in our nose. The virus goes down, attaches itself to it, goes down Dr. Kakai's throat. Ain't no mucus in there because he's eating vegetables and beet juice and, he's, doing this and that and supplements and hot tea and this is his lifestyle. So the virus ain't got no host. It doesn't have a home. It's got to be hosted first. Okay, let me attach. Okay, can I move in? Yeah, mucus all the way down here. Oh, the stomach is full of mucus. Oh, okay. Well, the stomach is bloated. Okay, well, we constipated. We got all the toxins from all the food they've been eating for years and years and years and years lying in the stomach. I don't care how big you are. You know what I'm saying? Bernie Mac, had a whole bunch of stuff in his stomach, died from sarcoidosis, like my brother. But you saw him on TV talking about, let's go get raw burgers, taking the young people to kill them. This is on TV, and this is the examples that we have in terms of eating food. this is not the diet that we have. I know at 69 years of age, when I grew up, my mother had some greens on the plate, a little starch, and a little piece of meat. You had to fight to get 2 pieces of chicken, and that was the chicken wings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were very, very clear about that. You couldn't drink the Kool-Aid till after. You know what I'm saying? Because they understood about digestion and that you couldn't have water in your stomach while you digesting food because it will block the release of the enzymes and the digestive fluids to help break the food down. Now your food is not breaking down. It's being washed down into your small intestine, not broken down, where it needs to be able to absorb the nutrients, because that's where all the nutrients are absorbed, and then the garbage that's left over, they send into the colon and you boo-boo it out. But what happens is, because of what we're eating, it's thick, processed, can't be broken down, can't be used by the body. We begin to build up, we begin to get fat. We're tired, we're weak.
Hey, Doc. Now, hold on, because I'm road with you. I messed up and didn't have my pad and everything here. I should have had me a recorder so I can play all this back, but I'm going to listen to it all over again as I do. Now, this is so funny. So I'm listening to everything that you're saying, and when I speak as a black man in America, because I don't want to sound as a racist, but I got to keep it true, and I got to keep it real talk. That's what I call this, real talk and riding around, so I'm going to keep it real. So, everything that you said, and you're talking about how we are handling the foods we are consuming, if we look at the society today, who looks more healthy? Now, I don't want to, I don't want to make it a race thing. But when,
no, it's not.
But
it's not a race thing, like I said earlier, Rodney. It's a reality.
Exactly. No, I got you.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to understand. It is a reality. It's the truth. Yeah. The truth will set you free. The truth, what you're talking about, this is common sense. Really, when people, if they pay attention and listen and take the notes and think about it, when you're talking about us consuming the meats and stuff, every time that I ate a lot of meat, I didn't feel good afterwards. I got the excitement of the taste, and I wanted to feel like, I'm full, but after that I'm sluggish. The next day, I'm straining to have a bowel movement and all these things. But then when I changed these other things that I put in my body and start to deal with the natural vegetables and things of that nature, I found out that I was able to start to clean out my system. So again, I just wanted to stop in to say that, and I want to read something. One of the watchers, Kimberly, said, "Great news, Doc. My brother practiced natural, and I've never known him to go to a hospital or sick, and takes no meds except a cold at 67. With his help, I've learned." She said, with his help, she's learned from him. And she said, "Doc, I may be calling you." So this young lady is definitely, she's listening to what you're saying. She's acknowledging that her brother is living the life that you're just talking about, and she sees the results of it.
Absolutely. We appreciate that, and I appreciate what you just said. But let's look at some data. Let's look at some statistics, because again, when we talk about race and we talk about the various communities, there's some reality that exists, and it's very, very hard when you know that people are going to, wonder whether or not you're trying to stir up something. So a lot of times people don't tell the truth. That's not me. I'm going to tell the truth. My mother told me to tell the truth, so I'm going to tell the truth. One thing is that black folk can't be racist. If you look up the word racist, we'll understand the difference between racism, and we'll understand the difference between that and prejudice. Black people can be prejudiced, meaning that we can dislike something, but racism means that you're using your race to overpower, another race. We can't do that, so we cannot be racist. So we can be prejudiced and disdain and dislike and have a lot of anger. In some cases, some people have hatred for those people who hate them, for those people who abuse them, for those people who ignore their conditions ongoing. So in that sense, we look at statistics with black folk in D.C., we're number one in the country with high blood pressure. We're number one, just per capita, number one in the country with high blood pressure, number one in the country with diabetes, number one in the country with HIV and AIDS, Number one in the country with respiratory conditions. That's why everybody in D.C. got pumps and asthma and respiratory conditions. We're number one in the country with youth obesity between the ages of 13 and 23 years of age. So these numbers have been going on for quite a while. The unemployment rate in the black community is 35%. So we know economics plays a major, major role in the black community. That 35% number has been that way ever since slavery was over. So when they talk about unemployment going down, they talk about a national number. But those things never change in the black community. So we're always at 35%. You go to Detroit, you know, of course, with everything broken down up there, you're talking 55, 60%. This is incredible in terms of numbers. So you can imagine the impact on mental health, as you talked about earlier, Rodney, looking at mental health and the fact that people are going out of their mind because they're not able to work, and they've been in positions like that, and it's actually gotten worse. Yes. So with the coronavirus coming in, individuals' immune systems are already broken down because of the stress that we're always under, because of the fear factors that, of course, can allow our immune system to be broken down, as well as our environments and where we live, as well as what we do eat, as well as the things that we don't eat. Because you got some people who don't eat anything, and then some people who eat, and they might as well eat that because the nutritional value is very, very poor. Therefore, our immune system, which is only strong based on us feeding it what it needs to have in order to maintain itself, because it's rumbling and fighting every day, every second, as we breathe in air and breathe out air, our process is going, our lungs, our kidneys, you know, our liver, all of the oxygen is going through all of that blood. That blood is going through our entire body from head to toe. Well, what's in the blood? That blood has the responsibility of nurturing everything. That blood is coming out of and produced out of our bone marrow. Our red white blood cells come out of our bone marrow. So here we got bones that are very, very hard. How do they get hard if they're 80, 90% water? Well, they're made up of minerals. And there's a certain fusion and certain energy in our body. The creator is just incredible. A certain fusion and a certain energy in our body that binds those things together. In other words, there's a spinning. When you look at the DNA strands and this spinning that's taking place that fuses all these things together, and that spinning you can't even see. With the naked eye, of course, they can't even see it under a microscope. And it's able to fuse these bones together and create solid rock because we got zinc and iron and calcium and silver and, you know, all of these kinds of things that are in our body, selenium and all these metals and minerals that can be, you know, formed into a solid formation. So God does that. And here we got these white and red blood cells coming out, being produced internally in the body. But it has to have something to work with. In order to make the cake, I need ingredients. After I get the ingredients, then this cake is going to come out based on what? The quality of the ingredients. What? Based on how the baker makes it, you know, what their skill set is. So it's important for us to understand what our skill set is in terms of what we're supposed to be putting into our body. It's important for us to understand what we're supposed to be putting in our body. More so, how does our body work? So here we got the virus that goes in. That virus attaching itself to your throat where all that sticky mucus is, or it's attaching itself up in your sinuses where you can't breathe at night and all this mucus is up in your nose. And it drops down in your stomach where you always got nausea and upset stomach and gas and constipation and all these things are going on. And it's like, hey, this is a great place for us to live. Think about this example. Think about maggots in a trash can. These little white bugs that are in garbage cans. Well, those maggots, as you know, will multiply, you know, hour by hour by hour by hour because they're in their environment and they can feed on that mucus and all that poison and all that toxin in that garbage can. You scoop them maggots out and drop them into a brand new, clean metal trash can. You ain't got to put no antibiotics, no chemicals or nothing, no roach bug spray. Those maggots will die because they have nothing to eat. The environment is not conducive. It is clean. What are they going to eat themselves up? You know, and this is what happens when we have cancer. So when the individual does not do what they need to do to fight the toxic buildup in their body, well, their body turns on them and begins to eat the toxins up and eat the rest of the body. That's called cancer. So with high blood pressure, same thing. Oh, you don't want to do nothing? Well, I'm going to push it until you have a stroke, or heart attack. Oh, with diabetes, oh, okay, you want to use up all the insulin in the body? I'm breaking down. My pancreas and my spleen that love sugar but can't handle it, my pancreas is not going to produce no more insulin. Now you're going to get weak. Now you're going to need some fake stuff to go in your body that's going to break your body down because the harshness of the drugs, the insulin, etc. Now we're going to wind up on dialysis. And of course, after dialysis, people usually wind up in the grave. So we got to get a very good understanding of our body and how it works, that our body needs water. You have to have water to eliminate stuff. You have to have water for lubrication. That's why your knees and joints be popping and stuff. Your skin be dry. You have to have water, for circulation, to get the blood moving around, to carry the vitamins and the minerals, all around through the body. You have to have water for temperature control. So when you get a lot of toxins in your body, inflammation sets in, you get hot, you get a fever. Different things happen because the immune system is starting to kick in. The white blood cells are coming out to fight everything. And people run around, I'm hot all day long. And then you got the other side of that where people are deficient and they cold all day long, because they don't have what they need. Sisters who've had heavy flows and been bleeding for many, many, many years come up anemic and low iron, and all of these things and don't know what to do to put these things back in our body. So we need to know how all these systems work, how the lung work, how the digestive system works, how the circulatory system works, how the reproductive system works, how the skeletal system, the muscular system, how the ocular and sensory system, because we talk about 5 senses. Now, it ain't but one sense. That's common sense. The rest of them are sensory. They got us talking about these are senses. No, this is sensory organs. Know how your eyes work. That ball is filled up with nothing but blood. What kind of blood is in that ball that's nurturing that eye, that's nurturing the optical nerves and those wire veins that need real, real good, nutrition and have to have that energy where it can move in and get into them small veins. Now we can't see. We got blurred vision. We developing cataracts and glaucoma because the blood that we have is not nurturing that eyeball, which is not straight up blood, So we're looking then again at what it is that we need. We go back to that circle family and we say to ourselves spiritually, what am I doing to this body that God gave me to take care of? We go back to the mental piece. Well, what am I doing to learn about my body? The doctor tell me something, I just go with it. If I ask the doctor a question, he says, oh, Mr. Jones, don't worry about that. We got that. You just take your medication. And we're, oh, okay, doctor. Oh, all right. You wouldn't understand it. Okay, well, make me understand it. This is what my mother taught me. And she was a nurse. And she got written up every quarter because she would take up for the clients and, and as they would say, go up against the powers that be and question the doctor's prescriptions and question the doctor's treatment for the patients. And, she would be attacked by the administration, but the patients would come and save her. She retired from Walter Reed Army Medical Center. So, again, if you're trying to do what's right principally, you got to be able to stand up spiritually first and foremost. So you got to get that information, family, about your body. Women have to know how their reproductive system works. Well, in Africa, women don't go through a change of life. Well, why is that? Well, they have a thing called yam in their diet. Not sweet potato, not that orange thing. I'm talking about that purple sweet potato, that purple yam or that white yam that African women on the continent eat their whole life. But over here, when women have problems with their estrogen, they have problems with their reproductive system, oh, go get some yam extract. So now we got women over here on yam extract instead of putting the yam in their diet and putting the fruits and the vegetables in their diet that will allow them to be healthy. The whole misnomer about being a vegetarian. We got football players, 300 pounds, vegetarian. We got weightlifters who win Mr. Atlas and female weightlifting programs with bulk on their body. They are vegetarians. I've been a vegetarian since 1972 after growing up eating pork chops and chitlins. So the strongest and the biggest vegetarian in the world is an elephant, a giraffe, a hippopotamus, a rhinoceros, a gorilla, a bear, chimpanzees. All of these vegetarians are the most feared animals on the planet. Lions don't even mess with these beasts. So we clear about a vegetarian's ability. You see how powerful I am and how strong I am. And, I'm kind of fearless. I'm not scared. That's because I eat grapes and avocados and broccoli and string beans, and I'm better than Popeye. I'm beyond spinach. Plus I don't get mine out of a can. You know what I'm saying? I get mine fresh.
Hey, Doc.
Keep no canned spinach. Yeah, right.
Okay, so I also want to share. I want to piggyback off something, and let me welcome someone, Jason Harris.
No piggyback. Just piggyback. No piggyback. No pork.
Okay, all right, I got you. Jason Harris, Liz, Tay and Sam, Monte and Millie, Donna Washington, and Kathy Johnson. Welcome. I went to the doctor some years ago, and the doctor was telling me that I had high blood pressure, and then he was telling me that I was borderline diabetic. Okay, so I've been one that I don't like to get on medication because I've seen too many people get addicted to them, and I always listen to what the doctor said. When the doctor say, okay, well, Mr. Grimes, what we're going to do is we're going to try this and see how it works. So my thing was, he used the word try. First of all, we're not trying anything in my body. What we're going to do, we're going to go to the natural sources. And I wanted to share that because to follow up what you said. When my doctor told me that I was borderline diabetic, he wanted to put me on some medication. I told him no. I said, tell me what it is that I need to do to do it naturally. Well, he pretty much said, you're gonna have to lose some weight. You're gonna have to watch what you eat. That's all I needed to hear, because now I know that God has already established my body for me to be able to get it back in shape if I do what's appropriate. And I came home, and when I started watching what I was consuming, start exercising, losing weight, and doing these things, a few months I went back to the doctor, and the doctor looked at me, and he just out of curiosity, he was like, you looking real good. He said, the only thing I can tell you, whatever you're doing, you need to keep doing. I did everything that pretty much I know that's natural for my body. I did nothing when he gave me those, tried to get me to get on those medicines that I knew that would take me to a different level and have me to respond in a different way. Now again, I don't tell people not to take medicine. That's up to you. But I do know this, and this was told to me by another gentleman who's well knowledgeable about life itself. He said, God gave your body everything it needs to take care of it. And on the earth itself, we have everything. Now that doesn't mean when you was talking about like us as running around, we eating, consuming all the meat and those things, and not putting in our bodies the vegetables and the fruits that we really should be consuming. So I do know if you change your eating habits, as we started out when you was talking about the circle with the spirit, the mind, the body, and the community investment, all of this, when you look at that and you pay attention to it, it starts to ground you off to give you the knowledge and the wisdom to take care of yourself, which is so powerful.
Yeah. So, it's important, again, for everybody to recognize that you have opportunities to empower yourself at any point in time. For example, the sister might go to the doctor, and doctor might discover a little fibroid the size of a pea, and they'll tell you don't worry about it. Now, anybody in their right mind, they find something their body ain't supposed to be there, would not listen to somebody tell them don't worry about it. And then you go back, it becomes the size of an olive, and then it comes back, it becomes the size of a peach, before you know it. They got to do surgery. So I say that to say that there's two approaches. One approach is that when there's a problem, a health problem, that the system will want to suppress it. How do we stop high blood pressure? Not how do we resolve it. See, we think about how do you resolve it. Well, what's the problem? Where does it come from? Let's deal with that, and then we don't have no high blood pressure. What they want to do is control the blood pressure, stop the blood pressure from going high, give it an unnatural source to do that. Well, on the other hand, we want to open up the vessels. We want to make sure that the reasons why this pressure is building up, why we have these restrictions. We want to go there and resolve that. The diabetes, this whole concept of borderline, one of the things that everybody has to understand when we talk about the tools and the equipment that they use in the hospitals are not calibrated on black biology. They're not calibrated on black people's anatomy and their physiology. They're calibrated on our white brothers and sisters' physiology and anatomy. So when we get tested for high blood pressure, our blood pressure is normally higher anyway than our counterparts. Our sugar levels, we're able to absorb and break down more sugar than white folk. So when they see these so-called higher levels of blood pressure, they see you borderline. They see these higher levels of us being able to use to break down glucose. You're borderline diabetic. And what did they do? Instead of saying, do this, they say, take this. And then immediately get you on some drugs. So again, my mother, of course, was an advocate of not using drugs. And so was Dr. Sabi and so many others. But it's important for us to be able to have our own medicine in our own kitchen and in our own cabinet. Again, like I said, that whole issue of borderline, we talk about the word try. These are people who are practicing medicine. That's what they say. You think about the word hospital, it comes from the word hospice. Again, look these things up. Hospice means place to die. These are in your times. In the hospitals, there's more deaths in the hospitals than anywhere else due to misdiagnosis, due to giving the wrong prescriptions, due to infections in the hospital, surgeries that weren't necessary. I mean, thousands of people who died. They played with cancer numbers. 1 in 3 survived. Well, what is that in terms of 100? You see what I'm saying? They're not going to use those numbers because that number then multiplies. And you're looking at 50, 60, 70 people who died in those cancer treatment centers. But they play that 1 in 3. 1 in 3. Well, take that to 100. How many is that?
Right. Right.
That's a lot of people. So you got to watch what it is they do. And like I was saying, sisters with fibroid, same thing with men with their prostate issues. You have brothers who are 30 years old with no hair on their head. People didn't get bald houses coming up today were 70, 80 years old. People didn't get high blood pressure and diabetes today were 70, 80 years old. Now we got a thing called juvenile diabetes. Now we got young men and women in their teens and in their early 20s with high blood pressure and diabetes. This is not making any sense. But it does when you think about how the infusion of more chemicalized processed foods. I remember when McDonald's first came out, they were real flavors. But if you Google smoking McDonald's French fry on YouTube, you'll see a guy smoking the McDonald's French fry because they're not potatoes anymore. McDonald's had to figure out how to make their money. Well, we won't introduce the Happy Meal so we can get the babies that they eat, so we'll have a customer till they die. All the way through childhood, adolescence, young adulthood. They start off early, get them addicted early. So McDonald's will never have to worry about customers. That was one of the most brilliant marketing ideas that they ever came up with, and who suffered from it? Our children. Now they got eczema. Now they got ADD, ADHD. Now they got asthma. Now they got constipation and bowel problems. Now they got vision problems. They're losing their sight, wearing glasses. In elementary school. They got all these skin conditions that are going on. So it's a lot of things that are behavioral problems because of the irritability as a result of the sugar and the toxicity in the foods and stuff. So then, of course, not to mention all the social things that they have to deal with within their families and within their environments. So again, the attack on the health of our community is very ongoing. And if we don't empower ourselves to become self-informed about what to do, about our spirit, and get into the meditation, get into the deep breathing, Tai Chi, yoga, all of those things. So, some chanting, go to the on whatever it is that you need to do in order to heighten your spiritual foundation. Then secondly, get some information. Get Dr. Africa's book called African Holistic Health. He has another one called Ecocide. Queen of Four, who is a friend of mine, also ran my chapter in New York, has a book called Heal Thyself. And she, of course, is very, very prominent as it relates to dealing with women. Several of my students, female students, have gone through her women's rites of passage program that she runs year-round. So her name is Queen Afua. She wrote a book called Heal Thyself. Of course, Dick Gregory's books, Dr. Wilson's books, the ISIS Papers, and we'll talk about the whole issue around mental health, and of course, Dr. Sabi, who is our premier healer in our community, looking at the bio-mineral process, understanding that our body is electric, that we have to have these minerals that are actual metals, and they can fire off, they're conductors in our body. We don't have those things in our body that allow for this firing, this conductivity, the iron, and all these other metals and stuff to come from the food that we eat. It won't happen. Well, what food are we talking about? Dark green leafy vegetables. That's where you go get your iron. You know, collard greens, kale greens, asparagus, broccoli, you know, purple cabbage, you know, all of your watercress, parsley, you know, all of your green vegetables. And then you got to get your colored vegetables, your beets and your carrots and your yellow squash, you know, all of these different other colored vegetables so you can get all of those minerals. But sure enough, your dark green leafy vegetables in and of themselves, you're going to have your iron that's in there. So you don't need to take iron. You can eat iron. You know, you talk about protein. Well, again, look at the elephant. You think you got to get protein from meat. No. Ain't no protein in no meat. That ain't nothing but fat. Toxicity. What do? They shoot hormones in it. They shoot additives, penicillin, what's the other stuff? Hormones and, you know, all of those things are in there. This is why the little kids, little girls and boys look like they're 20 years old and they're 12. Yeah. You know, fully developed and things of that nature because of the hormones and the steroids that in the meat that we're eating. Red meat, how does it stay red? Well, they shoot red dye in it. We had that report come out a long time ago, and that red dye, women know, all of us know, causes cancer. Yes. And this is why we have the highest rates of cancer in our community, and women, of course, suffer the most, and then you got men in that process. So we got to, again, get with that holistic approach of spirit, mind, body, and environment. We got about 15 minutes left, Rodney, before I go to my next appointment. I didn't know whether people wanted to entertain questions or is there anything in particular.
No, actually, this is what I would like to do, because we way over our time. I couldn't stop you.
Let me say one last thing, Rodney. I'm sorry. Let me say this about the virus, man, because it's important for you all to know that virus can be killed very easily by drinking hot fluids. You know, hot fluids 5 times a day will kill that virus. You know, you want to make sure you put your minerals and your vitamins in. Go to my website. You'll see a lot of the things that I'm working with as it relates to strengthening your immune system. But the major thing, get your mask, your PPE, you know, your protective gear, wear your mask, etc., and making sure that you're constantly reinforcing yourself with vitamins and not putting food in that can clog you up and picking up your blood and create toxins. And I'm talking about meat and dairy and sugar and salt and, you know, bread and white rice and pasta and, you know, ice cream and cookies and cake and sodas and, you know, cigarettes and alcohol and drugs and, you know, and watch your energy. You know, don't overset yourself. Don't overburden yourself. Get your rest. Get your sleep so that your immune system can stay strong. And again, like I said, check out the website and you'll get some other kinds of information.
Just before you go, Kimberly, she said, I heard our medicine is in the earth. That
Kimberly is very, very clear about that statement. She knows what I'll say about that. You know, obviously she knows. And I would pray, Kimberly, that you expound on that, empower yourself even more in terms of being able to gather more information, working with yourself, and especially working with your family, and then branching out to the community. So feel welcome to call me, Kimberly. Thank you for that point.
Okay, and Rachel says, Dr. Paterson, my question for you is, how could we learn more from you on to have a better self-care system? Do you have any events coming up where we can attend? I thank you for coming into the Real Talk community, and will you come back again to give us more knowledge on our self-care? That came from Rachel, who is my co-host, and she actually was reading my mind, because what I want to do is just to I can't even say piggyback now since you said that, but I want to follow up, because I definitely, I'm going to call you. I need you to come back like real soon. I mean, like real soon.
My pleasure, not a problem. And I just want to acknowledge my bestest friend, sister Rachel Popen, that we've worked together for so many years, presenting information to the community. And she's just been a complete angel in our community, and I just want to thank her for connecting me up with you. It was her that got me into you guys, so thank you, Rachel. And yes, people can stay tuned, go to my website, check on events, and they'll see our next upcoming program. We're getting ready to do some Zoom presentations, and hopefully in the next 2 months we'll be able to have a physical gathering where we're going to bring together all of the local healers in our community, the herbalists, our medical doctors. We got 2 medical doctors here that we work with who use nothing but holistic approaches, colonic specialists, reflexologists, massage therapists, Reiki, everybody, and the people who are owning those processes. So stay tuned, check on the website, and you'll see the events that are coming up.
Can you say the website one more time for us, please?
Absolutely. That website, family, is www.c as in cat, E as in egg, H as in Harry, A as in apple, W as in world, CEHAW.com. That stands for Communal Effect Herbals, Our World. The phone number is 202-517-4262. 517-4262.
Hey, we really, Dr. Paterson, I appreciate you so much for joining us. I promise I'm going to speak to you within the next 48 hours. For sure, I know you have another program to do. And maybe if you can, maybe you can return a call back to me when you're done, because I want to make sure, I want to schedule you to come right back, because I know you didn't have, it's just not enough time. And I need...
Yeah, we scratched the surface.
Yeah, so we need to get you back on here like immediately.
Yeah, my blessing.
So I just, again, I thank you so much for joining in with us. Everybody that tuned in, please share this information. Go to his website, give him a call. He gave the number, which is 202-517-4262, and then got the website, www.cehaw.com. I did say
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so much, and thank the community, and thank you all for your patience and listening. Thank you all so much, and God bless all of you.
God bless you too, my brother. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So, hey, everybody that was tuning in, I know we went, it's a little long in our journey here, but it was well worth it. Please share this information. Remember, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. People to people, that's just like Dr. Paterson, Rodney Grimes, and all of y'all that tuned in. We the people. We the people. We come together and we have to take care of one another. When we get that situation where we start to get the right information, what do that do for us? It gives us power. The power we need to be able to survive, to change the way we're doing things. You keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. In order for you to see your life change, you have to change the way you're living and the way you're consuming things. And what happens when you start to change the way you're living and how you're consuming and what you're putting in your body? It changes the way you think. It changes it so that you become a positive thinker. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. PTP. I ask you also, please go to YouTube and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. What we're doing is we're bringing the information to you. I needed to take this opportunity just before I go and tell you how important it is for you to pay attention to what Dr. Paterson was saying. How many people that I'm bringing to you so that you can see that we've got to change the way we're doing things. Because right now, we are dying. We are dying at a rate that's unbelievable. They're not giving you the real numbers. We are falling off. This virus is attacking us, and this was all in a process of the way that we've been living. We can't blame anybody but ourselves right now, because we're the ones that's going into the stores, and I'm guilty just like you are, where I've been consuming these things. The other day, I had a situation where I ate 2 pieces of pound cake after I ate dinner. I already had bread, and then when my wife went into the bathroom, I snuck and ate 2 pieces of candy. The next day, when I got up, I couldn't even hardly sit up in the chair. Whose fault was that? That was mine. That was me not paying attention and not loving my body, which is my temple. This is what God gave me, and I got to take care of it. I'm pleading with you and telling you, please pay attention to this information. Share it. And remember this. If I rise, you rise. I survive, you survive. You win, I win. It's people to people, us. And it's not all about race. It's about God put us down here, and the doctor said, he said, draw that circle, put right spirit at the top, to the right mind, to the left, right body, and then at the bottom, you put community investment. And that's what you have to do in order for you to be able to just start to understand. Start working with your spiritual growth first. And you'll find yourself that you'll be able to start to do some amazing things. God is working with me. He's been doing that because I'm working on my spirituality. And many of y'all that tuned in, let me tell you something. God gave us everything we need. Everything. And if you look around what's going on around you, believe me, know that God is in control. Man may think he got it under control, but no, when you go to the spiritual aspect first and God start to work with you spiritually, he start to give you that insight that you understand how to take care of yourself. This is Rodney Grimes, people to people, power to power, positive people. I love you. God loves you. And remember this, it's up to you to make the change. You can't expect nobody to come and change things for you. You can't point your finger at other people and constantly blame them. What you got to do is you got to want to make a change for yourself to make your life a lot better. So remember this, stay focused. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people.